Iran's highest-ranking military officer has issued a stark warning to the U.S., saying any miscalculation by the country's enemies will trigger a forceful response. Chief of Staff of the Iranian Armed Forces, Major General Abdolrahim Mousavi, said Iran is fully prepared for confrontation and retaliation. Speaking on Monday, Mousavi said Iran's servicemen fear no enemy and are ready to deliver what he called a decisive retaliatory slap. He claimed Iran has repeatedly defeated the United States, despite what he described as Washington's arrogance and aggression. Mousavi pointed to recent unrest inside Iran, describing it as a complex, foreign-backed attempt to destabilize the country. He said U.S. and Israeli-supported networks tried to divert economic protests, but were countered by Iran's intelligence and security forces. Reflecting on nearly 5 decades since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Mousavi warned Iran is not a nation that can be swallowed. He said reckless adversaries who refuse to learn will ultimately find themselves suffocated by Iran's power. Rejecting claims of a weak Iran, Mousavi said critics are now being forced to retreat or face consequences. Referring to past conflicts, he said Iranians endured 8 years of war from 1980, and during the 12-day war last June, Iran thwarted what he called a 20-year U.S. and Israeli plan. Mousavi warned that any future conflict would place American forces and allies across the region at risk. He said resistance forces would act to remove foreign presence if war were imposed on the Islamic Republic. Addressing threats of a naval blockade, he dismissed them as unrealistic, given Iran's geography and strength. Mousavi revealed Iran has revised its defense doctrine, shifting to an offensive posture. He said future actions would be swift, sustained, and unpredictable, based on asymmetrical and crushing military strategies. Separately, Mousavi praised Iran's intelligence services for disrupting espionage and terrorist networks. He said hostile plots had been exposed, leaving Iran's enemies defeated and humiliated.
Iran issues a stark warning to Washington. Tehran says if Iran is threatened, no one in the region will be safe. A senior Iranian military commander has issued a sharp warning to the United States, saying the Middle East cannot remain secure if Iran's safety is endangered. Qamars Haidari, deputy commander of Iran's Central Khatam al-Anbiya headquarters, said Tehran will never accept a situation where Iran is unsafe while others in the region are secure. Haidari warned that if Washington threatens Iran's security, countries supporting the United States, including Israel, would also lose security. He said such forces would be defeated and pushed out of the region, underscoring Iran's readiness to respond with force. The Iranian commander also urged the United States to act wisely, saying it is in America's interest to behave rationally toward Tehran. He warned that any miscalculation would trigger a harsh and regret-inducing response. The remarks come amid heightened tensions between Iran, the United States, and Israel, as military posturing and warnings continue to escalate across the region. Meanwhile, a diplomatic shift from Tehran amid rising war fears. Iran orders talks with the U.S., even as tensions escalate. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has ordered the resumption of nuclear talks with the United States, signaling a possible diplomatic opening amid mounting regional tensions. Iranian news agency Fars quoted a government source confirming that Tehran has decided to open negotiations with Washington on the nuclear file, though no timeline for the talks has been announced. The move comes just hours after Iran's foreign ministry said it was finalizing the framework and methodology for negotiations, with officials indicating preparations are nearing completion. The diplomatic push comes against the backdrop of soaring Iran-US tensions and deepening unrest inside Iran. Widespread protests have erupted across the country, fueled by worsening economic conditions, with thousands reportedly killed in the unrest. U.S. President Donald Trump has issued repeated warnings to Tehran, saying time is running out as Washington ramps up its military presence in the region. Despite the buildup, it remains unclear whether the United States is preparing for direct military action against Iran. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has warned Washington against any attack, saying it would ignite a wider regional war in the Middle East. Khamenei has also described the ongoing protests as a coup, alleging foreign interference behind the unrest. As diplomacy and confrontation unfold in parallel, the region now watches closely to see whether talks can defuse a crisis or if tensions will continue to spiral.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That has often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out Tehran.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.